Hey guys, welcome to this next YouTube video. Today we're going to talk about why your transition may be off and what's causing that over the top move with the putter. Let's get into the video. So when we're talking about the over the top move with the putter, we're talking about when we get to the top of the backstroke. Okay, so we get into this position here. When we get to the top of the backstroke, what happens, and this is a very common thing, not only in putting, but in golf as well, in the long game, is that the putter can travel on the outside into the ball. So instead of coming on the same path that you did on the backstroke, when you get to the top of the backstroke, what happens is the putter moves on the outside, and then you're striking sort of more on the other side of the ball. So that path gets outside of neutral, and that can cause either a pull, poor strikes, and poor face impact. The over the top move is something that is actually quite common in the golf swing as well, because when someone gets to the top of the swing, what we may see is then the club travel on the outside. And that is what's going to cause the slice, the out to in path, and again, sort of poor strikes and poor distance control as well. So it's pretty much the same thing in putting. If we work like that in the putting stroke, where we come over the top, there's going to be poor strikes, poor distance control, poor face rotation. The ability to start the ball on line is going to be decreased. And the over the top move is something that people are always trying to stop, but they can't seem to stop. So I'm going to give you a drill right now to try and really allow you to stop the over the top move, and to allow you to feel that when you come back into the ball, you're coming down on the path that you traveled up on. So everything's going on that nice arc, everything's staying on plane, and you're not moving outside of the plane. And the drill that I want you to try is I want you to set up to the ball with both hands on the putter first. And then what I want you to do is I want you to hold only the right hand on the putter, or your trail hand on the putter. From there, what I want you to do is to then place your left hand over your trail elbow, just like so. Because what happens when we get to the top of the backstroke and we start our full stroke, when we throw the club over the top, sometimes this elbow can flare out, the shoulder can flare out, everything can move a bit more on the outside, just like so. That move there is going to cause that over the top move. Also, say if we get to the top and the right hand gets too dominant, that can then cause that right hand to move further away from us, which can cause that over the top move. So the reason for holding our hand on our trail elbow is to stop that move, because we're going to feel like we hold our elbow inwards. Okay, if we can hold our elbow in place and just pivot, then you can see there's no danger of us moving out here, okay, because there's no extension of the arm, there's no throwing over of the shoulder. So keeping this side of our body tucked in and just allowing our body to rotate and pivot through the putt is going to really stop that over the top motion. So just so you can see from this angle, when I'm from that face on view, I'm only having my trail hand on the putter. I'm then allowing my left hand or my lead hand to be free, holding it on my trail arm and my trail elbow, feeling like when I'm pivoting through the ball and I'm rotating through the ball, this side of my body is staying back, okay, and it's not throwing out, okay, because that's what's going to cause that over the top move. So you're feeling like you're keeping your whole back side tucked in and not allowing any movements, any extension of the trail arm and any throwing over the top of the trail shoulder. And this drill here is really going to allow that feeling. It's because all I want you to do is to push inwards with your lead hand against your trail elbow this way, just so everything stays tucked in. What I'd recommend is getting some putts using that drill from any length. There's a beauty of that drill is that you can do it from either 3-foot putts or 60-foot putts. Just obviously adjust your length of swing it accordingly. It's just one-handed putts as well, so it should allow you to feel that nice tempo and to try and stay nicely in control of the putter. When you feel like you start to get that feeling of keeping this side of your body back and that over the top move starts to disappear, then obviously go into gripping it with both hands and try and roll some normal putts. When you try and roll some normal putts with both hands on the putter, try and feel that the feeling through the ball is exactly the same as when you had that lead hand on your trail elbow. Okay, because then that's going to really allow you to feel what that pivot feels like and that rotation feels like through the ball, and that should stop that over the top move, which in hand should then obviously allow that putter to come through on a better, more neutral path, allow that face to come through on a more neutral angle, which is then going to allow you to start the ball on line. So I hope you enjoyed that video just on that over the top move. That's quite a common thing that I see, so I thought I'd make a video on it. Anything that you think that you struggle with that's quite common, drop a comment in the comment section below and I'll get that video done for you. If you can like and subscribe, really appreciate it. And I'll see you next week in the next video.